hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Afternoon, we lay awake in bed. The glass so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop. Shout from the top, we're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The best we ever had, and we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. Running wild, we're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Good morning, beautiful people. I don't see anyone in the chat yet. That doesn't mean that nobody's going to be watching the replay, and that doesn't mean that there's nobody there. I see 8 people watching. Don't be shy. You can say hi. I don't need to put you on the spot. I don't want to put you on the spot. I just want to say hi, and I just want to know out of curiosity who's watching. So it's been a crazy week, very busy week, where, the kind of week where nothing really happens, but it just never stops. Well, it was one of those weeks. Okay, so it kind of started last Friday. I didn't really talk about that last Friday, like 9 days ago. We had a few power outage, one after another, and my job is to maintain and manage the medication dispensing machines at the hospital. So when there's a power outage, everything goes out. The system is supposed to be designed to stay on the generators, and there isn't supposed to be a delay. As soon as we go out of power, the generators are supposed to kick in, and in theory, it should not do anything to the cabinets, anything to the computers. But we all know technology doesn't work that way. So every single time there's a power outage, we know there's at least half the cabinets that will not be working properly after. Either they require another rebooting because the hardware might have rebooted before or after the software, and sometimes it's causing issues. Sometimes it's just a matter of rebooting some services to make sure that everything is working. Sometimes, obviously, when it's a technology, computer, anything like that, there could be a power surge and it can damage the machine. So last Friday, we've had 2 power outages in a row, like within an hour of each other. We ran out of power for about 30 to 45 minutes. Then the power came back, and about an hour later, we ran out of power again. So that means that a few cabinets died, and we needed to fix them. And we're in the middle of transitioning to new machines. So I had to keep an eye on the new ones, but the new ones are coming with batteries. So in theory, this should not turn off when we run out of power. And even if the generators don't kick in right away, in theory, they're not supposed to cause issues because they have batteries, and they run on the battery as soon as the power runs out. We had 2 new cabinets where the batteries were, I don't know if we can call it a manufacturer default. Anyway, the batteries were dead. So we needed to order some more. The old cabinets, one of them died. We had to fix it. And then last weekend it was the development team, like our second team, the younger ones, they're provincials, and it's funny the way it turned out this year. And I mean, it's just the luck of the draw, or in this case, I should say bad luck of the draw. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Dave. Planted broccoli seedlings in the ground last week with mesh covering them. Awesome. That's pretty cool. I am still way behind on my planting. Good morning, Thomas. How's it going? So our second team last weekend had their provincials. Turns out that they played against, in their division, out of, there was 12 teams, So they make 3 divisions of 4. 3 divisions, 4 divisions of 3. I mean, so you play 2 games and then you either move to the quarterfinals or you play a game, just like consolation game kind of. Turns out that the 2 teams that were in their division finished first and second in the province. So the 2 teams they faced in the provincials were the best 2 teams in the province in that category. This weekend, yesterday, it was our turn. There was 9 teams at the provincials. And when I looked at our division, well, to be fair, I think that there could have been like 1 team missing out of the top 10 in the province. Like all the best teams were there. And that means like us included. I consider our team one of the good teams. I mean, we're not the best, far from it. We're not the team that's supposed to win. But we always do well, even though we don't always win a medal. We always play good games. Yesterday we played against the first game. Anyway, we played against a smaller team. We beat them, and then we played against a school called something Valley, or anyway, we knew that they were one of the top 2 teams in the province, and people didn't believe that we could beat them. After the first half, it was 10-10. It was a tie game. Now, I don't like to blame the referees for a loss. I mean, we've lost games where we believe that games were not officiated properly. But yesterday, like it was 12-12 with 3 minutes left in the game. And at that point, 4 goals scored by the other team were scored when a player had at least half of his foot at least in the zone. And for those of you who don't know what handball is, you cannot even touch the line of the goalie crease. 4 goals. And I mean, okay, it happens. The referee didn't see it. Okay, fine. That would have been 12-8 for us. We got 5 goals disallowed because the referee was calling something that was not even a rule. He was calling us going in offensive foul, but we were not even going towards the player. We were going in the empty spaces. The players from the other team were trying to stop us with their arms out, which they're not allowed to do. We ended up scoring, and they disallowed the goal, saying that we ran into their arms. If you play handball or if you play basketball, you cannot put your arms out to try to stop a player. We got 5 goals disallowed because the other team was trying to stop us. We ended up scoring anyway. They disallowed the goal, giving the ball to the other team, saying that we were making an offensive foul. We were not even going towards the player. So at that point, when the other team scored a goal where they had their foot on the line, we lost control. It should have been 17-8 for us at that point, and it was 13-12 for the other team. The chain got off, like I like to say. I was warned. I thought I was going to get kicked out. I mean, I said some pretty nasty things to the referee, but It is what it is. We were supposed to beat that team, and that game was stolen from us. And I mean, tomorrow we're gonna go with another game. We're gonna have another game, and this will be forgotten. I will not be bringing this to the team, to the players, and try to discourage them. But it just shows that we were supposed to beat that team. The second game, the kids were not the second. The third game, the kids were devastated by the previous game, and we didn't really show up. We ended up losing against a team from Moncton. Those two teams ended up finishing first and second in the province. The team that won the provincials was a team that we were supposed to beat. We should have beaten. So it's a good way to encourage my players, I suppose. I just take it positively in terms of, like, hey guys, we were right up there against the best team in the province. We should have won against the best team in the province. I know we didn't. I know it sucks. But next weekend, we have one more tournament to play, and that is the most important tournament of the season. If we win, we go to the Keating Games. If we lose, it's game over, season is over, and we move on after that. It's always sad. It's kind of fun in a way because the season will be ending. It is a lot of it takes a lot of time. I mean, two practices every week plus tournaments and games. It is time consuming, and I know, like, at this time of year, the parents and the kids are starting to get tired and they want to do some other things. But it's always also sad because I've just spent 2 years coaching some of these kids. Some of them were new from this year, but some of them were there last year. Other than my son, there was my assistant coach son. And we become friends with the parents. We go out on the weekends for tournaments. Yesterday would have been like our sixth tournament number 6. So you spend time with those kids. You get attached to those kids. And it's just it's kind of sad that the season will either end next weekend or in a month after that. It is what it is. That's part of the sports. That's part of growing up for those kids. That's part of life, I guess. But it was just something I wanted to talk about. Also, this week, maybe that didn't help me losing my temper a little bit this weekend. We're May 11th. May 3rd would have been my brother's 38th birthday. And on May 7th, it marked the 14th year of him passing away. So it's always a little bit emotional at this time of year. Okay, so this is done. You want to save your change? Yes, sure. Save it. Even though I'll probably delete it after. So Jane's saying my purple asparagus has 3 shoots planted last fall from pot. That's awesome. I didn't go see them because it was raining all day yesterday, and to be fair, I wasn't here. I didn't see anything coming out yet. I'm just hoping that everything is still there. I'm way behind on everything. Broke the frame in the truck last weekend. Hopefully get it back Monday. Also have a new box for it coming Monday. Then to the body shop to paint the whole truck next week. Awesome. Well, it sucks about the breaking the frame, but I mean, it's cool that you're gonna paint it, and it's fun projects. Hello, Wild Edibles. How's it going? Yes, I'm doing okay. I woke up in the middle of the night with leg cramps, so I decided to go upstairs and sleep on the couch, and I still have sore legs this morning. Good morning, Marilyn. How's it going? It's a touchy time. You're not perfect. It's okay. All we can do is try harder. Yeah, thank you. Um, it's just that it pisses me. Like, I don't mind losing against a good team. I mean, we've lost games where it was emotional. We got angry at some point. I mean, it's part of the sports. When you lose against a team that's better than you, and we lose against a team that was supposed to win, you can take it a lot better, I suppose. But yesterday, like, there were some dirty plays, and I know I have some players that are not necessarily um, angels um, on the play, but my son got an elbow to the face, and according to him, it was intentional. He's like, "No, she did this." Boom. Um, Two referees on the play, and none of them saw it. There's only 10 players on the field on the play, and I looked at one of the referees, and I'm like, "One of you guys have to see that." He's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't see it." I said, "You're two referees. You need to see this. Like, you can tell me you didn't see it, but you have to see this. You cannot let dirty plays like this happen and not see it." And then in the last game, one of the players from the other team literally turned around and punched one of my players in the nuts. Like, it wasn't a hard punch, but he did, like, boom. And, like, the referee blew the whistle. I'm like, okay, at least they called it. Your player needs help. Get off the field. Seriously? You had the ball. You got punched in the nuts. Two referees on the play. Nobody saw that? Like, come on. I get like extra protective when it comes to my players, and you can steal the game from us. At the end of the day, it sucks. I'm competitive, like you said. But at the end of the day, it's still just a game. But when you get players being hurt, or we feel that we were stolen from, that's kind of where I draw the line. That's kind of where I tend to lose my temper. If you try to hurt my players on the play, on the field or in the game, I have to control myself and not get on the play and hurt someone, especially when it's my son. And after, like, the first game where my son got hit, the referee came to me, like, the second referee's like, "What happened? I'm sorry, like, I really didn't see." Like, I told him, I said, "Well, you got an elbow to the face." He's like, "Oh my God, I'm so, like, I really didn't see it. I'm so sorry." I said, "No worries. Like, it gets, like, heated in the moment, but then it's forgotten." Like, especially since it was my son, I'm a little more protective of my son, but game is over. Game is over. I'm not going to go and beat up a kid on the other team. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of the game at some point. Yeah. He came to see me just before the last game, and right off the back, he's like, "If you say one word this game, you're out of here. I'm throwing you out of the tournament." I'm like, okay, like, I literally just had a talk with my kids, telling them to forget about the next game, and you have the referee come in front of all my players to tell me that? Like, I feel like there's, I don't know, like, I get that he was trying to tell me that, we're not going to accept any verbal abuse towards the referees. But at the same time, I was just telling my kids, forget about the last game. It's in the past. There's nothing we can change. Just get on the play and do your best. Like, it's pointless to complain at this point. Like, we have to go there and do our best with what we have in front of us. Like, I've already forgotten about the last game. I'm not going to complain about what happened. And then he comes to me and is like, I don't want to hear anything from you. Like, okay, take me aside and just say, like, okay, like, I just want to make sure we're fine. Yes, it's all forgotten. Okay, right on. You know, none of that, please. But no, like, you do that in front of my players after I was just telling them, learn to forget what you can't change in the past. And it's hard for those kids. And it was hard for me to let go, because I still believe today that this game was stolen from us. We should have won that game. And that means we would have made it to the semifinals, top 4 in the province, compete for a medal. But it's over. I let the game go, and you have the referee come tell me that in front of all the kids before the following game. Like, what do you want from me? I'm trying to teach the kids to let go of what happened earlier, and you come in their face to remind them that you did something earlier, and that I also did something earlier. Like, I want to forget about that. Like, I don't know. It's just not ironic, but it's like, why? Why would you do that? Yeah, I mean, it's funny because my cousin, his daughter is currently competing in Ontario at the artistic swimming nationals, and he sent me a link. He's like, if you want to watch it live, here's a link. I'm like, I'm sorry, we're at our handball provincials, and we're about to play against your hometown, because he moved down south. He's no longer living in Restigouche County. And he's like, oh, well, even though I live here now, just know that I'm hoping you win. I'm like, cool. And then I have to tell him later today that his hometown won the provincials. I hope my kids get into baseball this spring. I think they need that good and bad part of sports after a long winter at Nana's house. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn in sports in general. And there's a team that literally won like every tournament this year. A team from Dieppe. And I was telling the coach yesterday, I said, it sucks to lose. Like, nobody enjoys losing. But I said, your team is one of the most respectful team I've ever seen. Not only do you not play like dirty, you don't play like, I mean, it's a physical game. There is some physicality to it, but they never go over the line. They're not going to start pushing with their arms out. They'll play body to body a little bit, and when they see someone smaller, like, they won't go all out. Even at some point, they beat a team. They beat our second team. I think it was like 33-0. And the kids went to see them after the game, and they're like, guys, like, we're sorry this happened. Don't give up. You're gonna be good. You're just starting. We've been playing together for like 3 years. You're good. You're good. And that really, really helped the kids feel better about themselves after being crushed 33-0. You know what I mean? Like, and I thought that was so like nice and amazing from a bunch of 12 years old to be able to go on their own, see the other team and apologize for like crushing them, and be like, okay, guys, like, you're good. Don't give up. Don't feel bad about losing this bad. Like, we've been playing together for so many years, and you guys are just starting. You're going to be a good team. Like, you have good players and good potential. Like, and whenever they would play against anyone, it was the same thing. Like, they were really, really nice players. And the coach, that's one of the things that amazes me the most is their coach, I think, still goes to university. Like, he's still early 20s, but you can have a talk with him at any point. Like, you'll laugh and you'll joke, and like, he doesn't believe he's someone else. He's always like trying to put your team, saying, well, you have a good team, you have good players, and it's just a matter of finding the right balance. Or he's not coming to us saying, oh, we're going to beat you, and oh, we have the best team. And no, he's not like showing off. He's just very, very good sportsman. Like, you have bad losers, but you also have bad winners, but they're very, very good winners. And to me, that's something that will have tag on their team, like, probably for life. You can play sports and do bad things. It's not necessarily going to follow you around forever unless you keep doing it. But if you do good things, and you'll make friends, and you'll make friends that sometimes can last a lifetime. I still, there was a coach from another team that I've been playing against like 25 years ago. And when I used to play like in tournaments, indoor tournaments, mix or coaching or whatever. She's got kids playing at that level right now, and we still have a little chat. We still say hi and how's it going and what's going on. And I mean, I know her. It's not like we're gonna go out and have a beer, but we still know who we are, and we can say hi and have a little chat, and we've known each other for like 20-25 years. So sports will make friendship. It will create contacts. It will also help people grow internally in life in general, because you can learn so much from sports. You can learn how to manage your emotions. You can learn how to give your 100%, how to deal with pressure. You can learn how to have fun while winning or while losing. I have one player on my team. It's just so funny and so cute that whenever she makes mistakes, she looks at me with a smile, and like, I can't even tell her. Like, that she knows what she did. She'll throw the ball like 15 feet too high. She'll look at me with a smile, laughing, and it is what it is. Like, okay, like, move on and get the next one on target. It's all we can do. But it depends. Like, players will deal with it differently. Some of them get mad because they missed the net, which is also good, depending on what kind of person you are. I hate losing, but I will never get mad at a teammate. I will never get mad at my players for losing. I will tell you what you need to do to improve, and as a team, what we can do to improve. And as an individual, I will always do my best to be better, so that next time I have more chances of winning. I would play softball. I go to bat and I hit 0 for 3. I'm not going to be happy. And then my teammate's like, well, Remy, like, no worries. You didn't hit today, but, you made like 2 incredible catches that would have been points for them. So you didn't score points, but you saved like 5 points by doing some amazing defensive plays. I'm like, yeah, that's true. And I try to see it. Okay, well, I played well defensively, but I still want to do my part offensively, because you can't be a complete player if you're just good defensively. You can have your how can I say that? You can have it could be your job on a team. If you play hockey, you can be a defensive forward. If you play football, you can play on a defensive team. You might be better in certain aspect of the game, but if you want to be a better overall player, you need to improve what you're struggling with. Players don't arrive in the NHL being allowed to score goals and not worry about their defensive zone. They have to learn how to adapt to that level, and that's what I try to do. And I mean, if I can catch a ball and I can't hit when I go at bat, I'm gonna go swing some balls and I'm gonna try to, um, hit the ball next time. I might change my approach. Instead of trying to hit hard, I might bunt a few times just to get my legs in the game. A few bunts. I know I can run fast, make it to first base, and then once you have the confidence again, then I'll try to hit. I was never the guy to hit home runs. I mean, I'm not the guy that's going to hit line drives and doubles and triples, but I'm the kind of guy that will hit the ball in the hole somewhere and make it to first base. Once I'm on bases, I run fast and I'm annoying to play against. I will steal second base easily, and you will need to watch me because I can steal third base as well. And then I'm in scoring position. If the ball is hit, I score a point. But that's just the way I am. When we played soccer, we were mid-30s, out of shape, playing against kids in their early 20s. They were in their prime. They were more skilled than us. They were more talented, and yet we would win. Why? Because we did what we had to do. We'll play man-to-man. We won't give you space so you can't do your little moves, and we'll work hard and take every chance we get and put the ball in the back of the net. And, we won 4 championships in 5 years by doing that. And the teams hated to play against us because we just never give up. And that's something that we can bring in life in general. Okay, I didn't get the job this time, or someone was better than me at doing this job, so they got the promotion. I'm going to make sure next time I get the promotion. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to show the kids. When it counts, when it really matters, that's when you see who the real ones are. My son is not the best player in the world. He's good. He's smart. He plays with his mind more than with his body because he's small. It's not his fault. But he's a very smart player. Whenever it's a game that counts, he will always get that extra step. Last year at the tournament that mattered the most is where he really found a new step in his game. He went up in his game. This year, same thing. We played for semifinals and bronze medal game 2 weeks ago. He played his best game ever for the bronze medal against one of the best team in the province. So, I told him, I said, I'm proud of you for that because he's not usually one of the top 6 or top 5 because I have some more physical athletes and they're a little bit bigger and stronger. But one of them got hurt and he had to play and he played the best game. And I told him, not only am I proud because tournament stories, not only was I proud of him for playing so well, I was proud of him because he wasn't expected to play much, and because of something happening, he had to step up and he was ready. He didn't complain that he wasn't playing as much, and when his time came, he took the opportunity to play his best game ever. It's like you have a second goalie, you'll play 1 game out of 6, out of 7, but when you put him in net, he steals the number 1 goalie spot because that's how good he is. Well, that's kind of what my son did. Sometimes that happens in life too. It's a great lesson. Exactly. Good morning, Scott. Is the conference still going on today, or was it just a one day yesterday? And I'm glad that people enjoyed my video. I removed it from unlisted, and it will be up for members only until Wednesday, and it will be out Wednesday. I played darts for the Legion and made it to the Ontario Provincials twice. It took a lot of beer drinking to get there. What's new and happening? Yeah, handball stories. Yesterday was our provincials, and even though we didn't win, I believe that we were supposed to win against the team that won the provincials. So I see it positively, and I will say that to the kids, where keep in mind that we played against the best team in the province. They won the provincials, and with 3 minutes left in the game, it was 12-12, and it should have been 17-8 for us. It is what it is, but just know that we are actually that good. It was just yesterday, and I'm glad that it turned out great. So there was a lot of people. I wish I could have been there. Hopefully you took some pictures, and you can share that with us so that we know what to expect for next year. I'm hoping that next year I can make it. Still in bed. Well, that happens. It is time consuming to the preparation before, and once you're there, it's always people asking you questions. Honestly, very little. I ran it alone. You ran it alone? Really? But there were, like, you had a few speakers and such, and you had people showing up, like people from around went to see the event. Hopefully it went great. So I have a video coming up. I'm probably going to release it today, just because I want to have it out before Wednesday, because I'm talking about my Wednesday's video, and it's just a little follow-up on my sprouts from Dollar Store, and it's also a little follow-up on my apple cuttings, on my what else? Rosemary cutting. Oh, let me just put that there. The fan is going on. I don't know if any of you uses those little microphones. Oh, plastic. To be fair, I love them, but there's one flaw with them. There is nothing telling you when the microphone dies, which really, really, really sucks. And I'm supposed to have another one somewhere. So where is it? Right here. Why do I not really like them that much? Is because they will eventually die, and it's not telling you that the microphone died. So the battery lasts for maybe maximum 30 minutes. When you start filming and start talking and you're proud that it's going well, and suddenly you realize, oh, my microphone died, and you have to go back 15 minutes trying to remember what you said, it sucks. It really sucks. But the sound Got those off Temu, and the sound is amazing. I have another video. I'm gonna have a few videos in the upcoming weeks where I do reviews. A few companies reached out to me, and I always enjoy having free stuff. If all I have to do is an honest review on the item, good. If I don't like the item, I just don't talk about it. I just don't make the video. There was one company that approached me with an item that didn't work the way it was supposed to, and I reached out to them saying, "Hey, I don't really feel like I should promote your stuff because it's not working." And they asked me if I could at least um, send them footage of how to install the item. I said, sure, I'll do that. I installed it, filmed it, sent it to them. But I couldn't show it on my YouTube because I'm not going to promote something that's not working. I will even promote stuff that I'm not asked to promote. I mean, I got these pruners at Dollarama, and look at the company, Black & Decker. I mean, that's a very good brand, Dollarama. So it was $3-4, and like they're not flawed or anything. They're actually pretty good, pretty solid. I did all my pruning with that little tool this year. My workers and volunteers didn't show up. I'll be putting a committee together. It will be a week earlier next year. So it will be the first weekend of May or last of April. I'll try to keep that in mind. Frustrating. Yeah, it is. That sucks. I mean, I would feel bad telling someone I would help them and not being able to go unless it was really like something that came up. I mean, there's good reasons and bad reasons. Hopefully, at least they had good reasons. Well, yeah, that really, really sucks. And I get it. I mean, I've been doing stuff where like organizing tournaments and stuff, and when you have people missing, it's not fun. And sometimes it's just one person missing that can screw up the whole thing. I've never had nobody show up at all, though. That must be really, really bad. Today, hopefully, it's supposed to be nice, and we need to get all the like spring cleaning done because they're picking up the big garbage tomorrow. And after supper, we have our team pictures and individual pictures and stuff. So it's going to have to get done in the afternoon. I'm glad that I already have a video out for Wednesday. I might try to film another one if I have time. When you say 150 adults and 25-30 kids, are those people that visited or people that were supposed to help that didn't show up? I mean, if you did almost 200 people's job on your own, that must have been crazy. You didn't have like speakers at all? Or only those showed up? A few people believed in homesteading. Okay. Well, that sucks. I'll try to organize myself so that next year. So there's something cool that I learned this past week as well. Because our class, we have to do 4 courses. 2 of them are done. The third one is currently going on. It's a lot easier than the first 2, but still time consuming. Attendees, okay, that's good. You had people showing up. The last of 4 courses is supposed to end mid-September. A few days before, there would be the possibility of taking the national exam, but you need to have the bridging program done before you go and do the national exam. And because it's off by just a few days, they told us that if we wanted to, we could skip a week at some point and kind of do like the last exam like a week earlier, because we usually have, we'll finish the class, we'll have 1 week where we'll go through all the stuff and questions and all that with the teacher, and then we have the exam. But she the teacher, but we don't know if it's a she or he yet. But the college is allowing us to take that final exam a week earlier, so that they have time to correct it and allow us to go for the national exam in mid-September. So it would be, I think, it's on the 14th of September, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So Scott, if the invitation is still there, I might go your way on the weekend of September 11th. I would probably leave on the 12th after work, go either see my cousin in Quebec or stop by Darren's on a Friday, depending on if he wants me there or not. And then on Saturday, I would drive to Ottawa, where I have my exam on Sunday. And there might be like a practical. No, that is for practical exam. We might be able to do the written exam the following week in Ottawa. So I don't know yet if I can do it online or not. I still don't know if it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. Hope it's not Friday, because if it's Friday, I might have to drive to Moncton instead. But I took that whole week off for the exam, and I'll be in Ottawa. So I don't know if there's anything going on in Ottawa around that time, but it'd be fun to do something if there's anything available. All my plants are outside past my frost date. Nice. Our last frost date is, well, actually, I didn't even check. Almanac, last frost date. Zip code. Let's see my zip code. Pas ça je veux. I don't want that. I want this here. Frost day for my village, May 31st. It is full moon tonight. Moon and sun information. Yeah, but it's showing me for like, okay. I don't know when. I gotta go for a minute. I'll be right back. Where? Please wait. All right, I'm back. Oh, got leg cramps, and it's attendees. That's a good number for first time, definitely. All my speakers were there and did an amazing job. That's awesome. And next year, who knows? Maybe if some of us can go, maybe there will be more people able to speak. Tracy would probably go if there was some of us going. If we start planning now, awesome. I'll just be back from our trip. Oh well, if it's too close, I can find another way, Scott. If it's a problem, so I'm trying to find full moon. Where would I find that? Is it available on the Weather Network? No. Can I see it there? No. Full moon. Monday, May 12th. So if I look at this little image here, so that's a good question, Marilyn. I'm guessing I don't know. So that means that full moon would be around 6th, 7th of June. On the 10th of June. That's kind of far for a full moon in June. We usually have all our stuff in the ground before then. Yep, the coffee went down. I planted my leeks yesterday. Awesome. I want to plant more today and put a screen on leeks and garlic, but it's so windy. I don't know what's up this year. The wind is crazy. Like we're still seeing some roofing come out of the top of our house. Like, I mean, I had my uncle come last fall, fix the roofing. You had to come about 2 weeks ago, and we had to double check last weekend again because there were still some pieces coming off, but it was just pieces that were forgotten there from the previous week. But it was still very windy, and it's the same thing today. Like the wind is crazy. Only 60 Fahrenheit in the house this morning, so holding my hot tea in both hands. That's cold. Yesterday it was raining like crazy. Heavy rain. I was on my way back from Bathurst, where we had our provincials, and we had to be very, very careful. Peanuts, beans, and squash in 2 weeks. That must be fun to have a garden all year round. Yeah, my house is chilly this time of year. No need for wood heat. Yeah, usually by the afternoon it warms up. We did a fire yesterday. It was gray and chilly. Electric heat on the go so far. I will cook in the oven. It helps. Yeah. I went with my cousin last night to play cards. It was so warm and humid. Like, just sitting down and playing cards, I was sweating like a pig. All right. It was looking for full the other day. Not completely, but close. My John Deere calendar has all the moon phases on it. Last year was the 24th of June. I have in mind that it was around the 4th or 5th. of June could be dangerous. Why? Why do you say that? Our 2 weeks look good now. Usually we plan May 24th if there's no snow. If it snows, the weekend after that. Rebecca Touched by Yarn, good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I'm going to have to go see my mom. I bought my girlfriend something and I gave it to her Friday. Chocolate, wine, chips, and flowers. But it's the kind of flowers, favorite flowers, and with roots and all. She loves the lilies. So I'll be able to put those in the ground for her and have them somewhere where I'm not going to mix them up with my daylilies that are edible, because the ones I bought are not edible. Really? 10 and 12 subscribe to me? Awesome. I didn't even notice. That's great. Thank you, Scott. Yeah. Analytics. Let's see. Subscribers. Awesome. The last 7 days. I have +3, but it might show up tomorrow. Sometimes it takes a little while to show up. That's great. I did some weeding yesterday, and in some places the soil was still frozen. So yeah, it's probably the same here. Well, I had a lot of rain, so I'm hoping that it got better. I have some wonderful compost from my chicken manure that has been aging for like 3 or 4 years. I was able to put that all around my my grapes and all my other fruit trees. So hopefully it's going to help with the growth of my shrubs, because my honeyberries are still very small. I mean, they seem to do great once they start having leaves and fruits, but when you see like the actual branches, it's like very, very small. It's kind of like a big dog with big hair. When you shave it, you just see it looks like it looks very, very skinny. And when you let the fur grow, it looks big. Well, my trees are kind of like that. They look very small when there's no leaves, when there's no buds or anything. But when it starts growing, it looks a lot bigger. Yeah, beginning of June we can get chili too, but you can plant things and cover them if it's already planted. True. Yeah, true. But at the community garden, we never plant before June 15th. So what I'm going to try to do is have all my lettuce planted here. I'm probably going to plant my cucumbers early June, because even though we might have some frost, it takes a few days for the seed to germinate. And if we have a frost, it's not going to kill the seed. I remember a year it was late. True. 10th of June could have a frost. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the calendar and I'll see. But I'm still, at this point, I'm still good. Next weekend it says 4 Celsius now. That's chilly. Yep, it is. My lows next week will be 15 Celsius. Dave bragging again. Exactly. Sometimes you can't cover easily. Hey, it can work, but it's usually windy and that doesn't help much. Yeah, exactly. I've seen. Was it Mallory that did the trick with bales of hay around her crop, and she had like very very old windows on top, which was creating some sort of tiny greenhouse. I think that was cool, but if I can find a way to make a greenhouse, I'm gonna have to fix mine. Um, I might just go and try to build a frame this year, maybe finish it next year. I don't know. I'm not frozen anymore here, maybe some areas, but not in the garden. Awesome. Yes, you're right, Jane. We are jealous. Dave has all the nice weather, all the nice crops. He's harvesting before we're even planting. That's not fair. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him. What he would do if he was in my place, or if he was in Maryland's place. Need to be creative. Yep. Um, and you just have to make sure you're creative but safe. You wouldn't want to have windows placed in a way that could start the a fire on your hay bales. We'll see you all later, everyone. Have a great day. Awesome. Thank you for stopping by, Rebecca. Hope you have a great day. I'm planting the garden and in pots and digging up perennial plants in my pots too. I put a bunch of perennials in around my fruit trees last fall, and I went for a walk. It seems like some of them are still growing, but it also seems like some of them are not. Um, I had some sea kale and some sort of other perennial kale. What's he doing? Watching a movie on the side there. We don't know whether we are moving this summer or not yet. Maybe hopefully find out this week. Why? Not why, but where do you think you'll be moving? Bigger place? Movies. We might have to sell the house. Oh no. What's going on? Oh, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. That's okay. If we do, we will buy land and you'll start from scratch. Or you can, well, sometimes you can bring some perennials with you. I was thinking about selling the house at some point. Um, after everything that happened with the village. But at this point, I just have um, too much invested in terms of fruit trees, shrubs, like perennials in general. I mean, I have a bunch of apple trees, I have one pear tree that's still alive. And if I can't afford it, I would love to have one apricot. Well, I might need two apricot trees. Um, those are almost like uh, what? You're right. Crazy movies. Yeah, the cat is on fire and he's throwing it out of the house in a water bucket, and suddenly the cat is still alive. The repairs are a lot financially and physically. The bank and lawyer said property might be better for us. Okay, well, if you're okay with it, well, I'm just gonna hope that everything works out for you. No matter what it is that you want, hopefully it works out. Um, my brother ordered a bunch of things this year, so I don't know when he's expecting them. I think he's expecting everything in a week or two from now. Okay, I'm going out. Still need to do at least some weeding. All right, take care, Marilan. I'm gonna have to go and do some cleaning outside, so I'm almost done with my coffee. 20 acres would be great. I I just wish that I can finally financially um, set myself up at some point, and once I do, I want to buy land somewhere, even if it's just an acre, just to have. Well, an acre would not be big enough, obviously, but better than nothing, I guess. I would just love to have a place where I could garden and have a little bit of space to build a little cabin or something like that. Um, Imagine if I had a cabin in the middle of my property and I could hunt bear all around. Really want to. We really want cows, not a house in town. I get it. I totally get it. You just have to be careful where you buy land because municipal uh, bylaws sometimes prohibit you from getting any animals. All right, my coffee's done, and I need to start my day. So I'll let you all go to your daily task, and hopefully by next Friday I'll be able to start doing my regular Friday live streams. There's just always something happening, and it's keeping me busy. And if I can finally make it, it'll be great. Take care, all. Take care. And we will be in the country. Have a good day, everyone. Awesome. And have a great week. And I will see you next time.